Hi everybody, it's Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today, and I'm tying another bonefish fly for you. This is a Christmas Island Flash Charlie. Just a wee compact flashy bonefish fly. Sort of typical of some of the sort of stuff that you see for guys going to fishing Christmas Island and other places in the South Pacific. But I'm sure it would work in other locations as well. As always, there will be a materials list in the description along with a link to Patreon for anybody who'd be interested in signing up to be eligible for future giveaways, and links to some social media. So the hook I'm using is a Gamakatsu SL11 3H size 6, but you can tie these up to 2s and down to 8s or even 10s if you want to change the hook model. And I'm just running on some chartreuse thread. Trim away my waist. Take my weight. I'm just tying these with bead chain, brass bead chain. But just figure eight it on. It's a good idea to tie them and just have a wee check, just make sure it's at the right position. I mean, if you're tying them all together it's fine, but I've had a wee break between tying here, so it's nice just to check, just to make sure. Or you could just tie all the eyes at once. So tie these eyes on, whip finish. Take away my thread. I'm going to turn this and I'm going to paint a black pupil on these bead chains. It's a wee bit fiddly. The best thing to do is actually put a blob of paint on a post-it or something and just dip the eye in it, but that's really hard to do so that you can see it. So I'm just painting that with just nail polish. It's nice if you can get it round, but I don't think it's super important. I mean, you could probably just skip this entirely, but I suppose it looks like the wee black eyes of a shrimp. Right, I'll take that away. I mean, you should probably tie half a dozen of them or so, paint them up, but obviously I've had to do it slightly differently so that I can film it. So here's the dried version, ready to go. Got to just start my thread again. At this stage I just have a wee check just to make sure that the eyes are sitting level. And I'll round my thread back and I'll go around the bend. Right, take it around the bend a wee bit. Come back up here. The tail is just flashabou. Ordinary pearl flashabou. When I use this, I'd use pearl flashabou, just whatever colour of these I was tying, pink, orange, about a shank length. And I don't know, 10 strands, there's plenty. Catch that in. Run your thread to the back. And come on. You don't need to be too particular about making touch and turns or whatever. I think it's more important to just got them doing kind of quick because everything's covered anyway. This is some flat braid, just pearl flat braid, and I'm just going to run back with my thread, and at this stage I'll smooth any bumps or anything. If you were tying them smaller, if you were tying like 8s, or if you were using like a mustard, I mean this is a sort of equivalent to a size 4 of a 3407. If you're going 6s and 8s or 10s, you might want to just use krystal flash. So, I'm going to wind this forward. Now, I'm not overlapping. I just want a single layer. Right, touching wraps, but not overlapping. I want the thread to shine through. Right, and you'll see how that really pops in a minute. You'll just go around the eyes, figure eight through them, tie that off. 3 wraps is plenty. Now I'll come in with some UV resin. And I'll give it a very light coat. And what will happen is, as the resin soaks through the braid, it will sort of become a bit more translucent, and you'll see the green, or the chartreuse, of the colour of the thread will start to sort of pop through a bit better. Now, I like to focus on the hook gap side when I'm doing this. I need to make sure that that's nicely covered, because provided you don't touch it with any alcohol or any other sort of top coat, this will all sort of cohere. You can add other layers and it just becomes a single mass, and that helps to bind all the way around. Once you've got the wing on, it's very difficult to get into the belly, and you can see how that with the fluorescent thread it really pops. I'll do that. Last thing to tie in is the wing, and I've basically just got a mix of lime green and yellow krystal flash. I mean, depending on the size, probably anywhere from size of fly, anywhere from 20 strands to down to about 8 or 10. Tie it so it's coming in just to the back of the hook, roughly. Just pinch and loop that in. There you go. Same as before, just you only need 3 turns just to hold it in position. Trim away your waist, tidy it up. Build up a neat wee nose. A quick whip finish is fine. Now, originally this fly would have been coated with epoxy, which you actually might want to do for the extra weight, but I'm just going to use the UV resin again. If you do use epoxy, I'd recommend using like a rod builder's epoxy or a 30-minute epoxy at least, or even a 90-minute if you've can get some, because it's less likely to yellow. Now I'm just coming in and I'm coating the whole kind of eye and head area. Just drawing the resin back to sort of fix the taper. I'm going to come over the bead chain. That will help protect those pupils that we've tied up, we've painted on. It's no point in painting them if they're just going to chip off. And you just make sure everything's fully covered. Don't worry if it sort of creeps into the base of the wing. That's not a big deal. Just turn that a couple of times. Just take your time. I mean, remember, if you're tying these with epoxy, you need to be moving them and paying attention to it and getting it in the wheel. So this is still quicker. Now when you're happy, hit it with the light. Just take your time, get a good baking. I mean, I don't know if you can see there, but the resin sort of crept into the wing, but it's fine. There's still plenty of hook gap. I'm tying these for myself anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the key thing is just getting a nice shape that you're happy with. And there you go, that's it. Christmas Island Flash Charlie. You can tie them in pinks and orange. Plain pearls are a popular colour as well. I just don't have anything in this sort of colour scheme in my box at the moment, so I'm just sticking them in. So there you go, hope that was useful, hope you enjoyed it. If it was, please remember to give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Headlines guys, bye.